Yesterday, the United States Senate took an important step forward when it came to keeping guns out of the hands of criminals. A lot of people wonder if the politicians in Washington got the message not only of Newtown, Connecticut, but a message that is delivered almost every day someplace in America. We have got to take sensible, straightforward, positive steps toward ending gun violence in America. When I sat down with Superintendent McCarthy and we talked about guns here on the streets in Chicago and around this country, the message is pretty clear. In the last 11 years, the 50,000 guns that have been confiscated here in the city of Chicago, almost 10% of those guns, including the firearm that killed your brother, Sandra, came from the state of Mississippi. The state of Mississippi. What connection does the city of Chicago have with the state of Mississippi? Guns. That's the connection. They can be bought easily there, brought up the interstate highways, and sold right here in the city of Chicago to kill innocent people, like Officer Wortham. Another 30% of those guns came from the suburbs around the city of Chicago, and almost one crime gun a day is confiscated from the same, originated and confiscated from the same gun store in the suburbs of the city. You know which one I'm talking about. So the question is, what are we going to do about it? Well, obviously, if you go into a gun store to buy a gun and you don't plan on keeping it, but are getting ready to sell it to somebody who's going to use it, you have to falsify the federal form that you fill out. What happens when you lie on that form? Almost nothing. It's a paperwork offense today. And many U.S. attorneys' offices say, we don't have the time or resources to go through all these different applications and work on it. That's going to change. Yesterday in the Senate Judiciary Committee, we passed with a bipartisan vote a bill that Senator Mark Kirk and I have co-sponsored with Republicans and Democrats. And here's the bottom line. For straw purchasers, for those who are going to buy guns and turn them over to the thugs and criminals, get ready. When this bill becomes law, you're going to deal with a hard-time federal crime. Hard-time federal crime. Let the word get on the street, get out. Girlfriends, think twice. Is it worth 15 years in prison to buy that gun and to go and sell it to some gangbanger or some boyfriend who's going to use it to commit a crime? Think twice about that now. It isn't a matter of a slap on the wrist, probation, and walk away from a state court. It's a federal crime, and a federal crime that is going to be taken very seriously. Is this going to end gun violence? No. Will it slow it down? I hope. We've got to slow down the flow of crime guns into our cities and towns all across America. We've got to let people know that we aren't going to look the other way. And this bill does just that.